Hello and welcome to today's general reading for Aries. As usual, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is intended for entertainment purposes only, so if something does feel very relevant to you, please consult with friends and family or any professionals if that's needed before making any big decisions, any big changes in your life. I may refer to feminine or masculine energies in this reading, but just know that gender's fluid in tarot, and whether you're a man or a woman, whether you identify as a man or a woman, we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So just you can flip the roles around if you like. If you think I'm talking about another person in your life, then that message is coming through to you for a reason. So just be aware that you can kind of play around with the roles. I may say you, but I may be talking about another person, and you'll know by the way that I'm describing them who's who in the reading. Today I'm using the Tarot della Nuit, the Haunted House Tarot, the Witch's Tarot, the Tarot Familiars, and the Akashic Tarot. If you did want to go out and purchase any of those yourself, that's what they all are. And I'm going to do a spread where I'm going to do your heart space, your thoughts, and your action space, past, present, and future. So that's what the spread's going to kind of look like, and I'm going to clarify them with some of the cards. If you don't want to see the actual shuffling and dealing, I'm going to leave a timestamp in the description so you can skip forward to the interpretation of the cards if you're short on time. Okay, I think that's everything I need to say. Let's start. So the Tarot della Nuit is going to be your past, present, and future heart space. What's going on with your emotions? So can I get a past card for Aries, please? So your past card is the Eight of Cups. So that is the sense of having a feeling of missing something in your life and having to walk away from something. So current heart space, please, for Aries. Current heart space for Aries. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is feeling overwhelmed, perhaps being... These cards are too shiny. You see me? Hi. Feeling very overwhelmed, perhaps being a little bit down, anxious. And that might be, those kind of thoughts might be overruling your heart at the moment a little bit. You may not be able to feel because you're too busy thinking. We'll find out more about that with some more cards, with some clarifiers. Future heart space, please, for Aries. You have the Queen of Swords, more swords. You've got lots of swords in your heart space, Aries. That tells me that you are... your thoughts are taking the lead over your feelings at the moment. And the Queen of Swords as well is someone who is very much in control of her thoughts. She's very logical. She's very strategic. She communicates well. So this is someone with a full handle on the thoughts. So if you're currently feeling like your thoughts are overwhelming you, you're going to really get a grip on those thoughts and be able to... sort of utilize them to your own advantage. In the underlying, you have the Emperor. So the Emperor is kind of a bit of an all-rounder. He represents all four kings in the tarot. Another card's trying to come out underneath there as well, the Ace of Swords. So that's a kind of truth. There may be a truth regarding a male. This male may be someone who could be a boss or a father. Sort of an authoritative male. Okay, we're going to move on to the past, present, and future thoughts for you, Aries. So, past thoughts, please. You have the Death card here. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean an actual death. It could be the ending of a situation. So, if you've left a job, for example. There is some kind of ending here, though. And you also have the Eight of Swords, which is feeling mentally trapped. So you think you're trapped in a situation or by a situation that you can't move. We'll find out more about that as we go. Okay, current
thoughts, please, for Aries. Current thoughts for Aries. Current headspace, please, for Aries. You have the Hermit. The Hermit is a card of introspection, going within oneself to take a bit of a time out, to really think things over. Yeah, you may feel like you need to be alone right now. You may need a bit of space, especially if you're feeling Nine of Swords in the heart space. That's, that is actually really tough energy to deal with. So you may need this space, this time to think things over. Okay, future thoughts, please, for Aries. Future thoughts, please, for Aries. Well, things are looking up, Aries. Not only are you moving into Queen of Swords energy in your heart space, really owning your thoughts, you also have the Ten of Cups in your future thoughts. So you're in the future, you'll be thinking about happiness. What makes you happy? How do you get to this Ten of Cups? It's almost like this double rainbow as well. Yeah, so we'll find out more about that in a moment. In the underlying, you have the King of Swords. Now you've got a power couple here, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now they're not necessarily a romantic partnership. They can be, and they could also be sort of a work partnership, or a friend. This is two people who are on the same level intellectually. They think the same, they process thoughts the same, they communicate very well, they're very logical, they're very strategic. You can see he's playing a game of chess here, so it's almost as though they're sat with each other. She's on the other side of the chessboard. It's also interesting actually that she's quite light coloured with a blonde hair and he's quite dark coloured. It's almost like yin yang energy. So yeah, there's definitely a balanced partnership here, unless this could be you harnessing both sides of yourself, two energies within yourself. So yeah, that's a really positive sign. I heard the game is not yet won. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you, but it popped into my head when I was looking at this chessboard. The game is not yet won. Okay, so I'm going to go to the action space, past, present and future action space for you, Aries. Past action space for Aries, please. What was Aries up to in the past? Truth. So you now have the Ace of Swords twice. The Ace of Swords is sitting above this this section here of your past. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So this is it can be a brand new start in something intellectual. It can be a truth being spoken. It can be something being cut out. It can be something, a new thought, a new plan. It can be justice as well with this eagle card on this particular image. We'll get some clarifiers for that. So now I'm going to move into the current action space for you, Aries. What are you currently up to in the action space? Oh, so you have the Ace of Swords here twice, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely something new happening here. It's not in your heart space, it's not in your thoughts, it's in your actions. It's coming in, it's materializing. So you may be starting a new job, somebody may be giving a gift to you or an opportunity, you may be coming up with a new plan. There's definitely a sense of newness, a new start here in your action space. Okay, let's get a card for your future action space. Future action space for Aries, please. Oops. Okay. Do you know, sometimes I don't know why it still surprises me, because it does this to me quite a lot, but it still makes me excited when this happens, because in your future action space you have the Ace of Wands. So that's 4 aces you have now. You've got the Ace of Swords twice, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This is definitely some kind of new start for you. So the Ace of Wands tells me that it's something quite passionate, quite creative. It's something that you're feeling like you've got a lot of energy for. The butterfly here as well represents some kind of change. You do have the Three of Pentacles as well. I'm not quite sure if it wants to come out in reverse or not, so I'm just going to drop it a couple of times and see which way it wants to go. Yeah, it's upright. The Three of Pentacles is about working
This is a bit of a funny representation of the Three of Pentacles, and I'll get more into it in a bit, but it's the Three of Pentacles is normally about working on something as part of a group and bringing all your different talents together to make it really successful. The funny thing about the image of this Three of Pentacles is that this guy's working alone. It may be that you have all the tools you need to work on something alone, or that you're having to work on something alone when actually really you'd be better off working as part of a team. Yeah, interesting. So on the underlying here you have the Page of Wands. So someone might be bringing in news to you about a new opportunity. Someone may be communicating something quite passionate to you. The Page of Wands can also represent a child. But I'm feeling, because he's holding this wand with the ribbon round with the white blossoms, and it's this same wand here, that it's almost like this person is bringing in the news to you. They're shouting about it. It's like shouting from the rooftops about it. They're very excited. So that could be you or another person around you. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, so that the video is not too long, is I'm going to pause and pull some clarifiers from the Tarot Familiars deck for each one of these, and then we'll kind of go into it in a bit more detail. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, Aries. So I'm picking up an underlying sense of some sort of spying going on. This is because over here, I'll just quickly give you a bit of a spoiler of your future. You have the Knave of Swords in reverse. So this is my spying card. The Knave of Swords actually is a card that can indicate spying. And ravens as well kind of are an animal that spies for me. It also has this key in the keyhole, which sort of makes me have peeping through the keyhole energy. Now that doesn't mean someone has actually been looking through your keyhole, but someone may have been checking up on your social media or asking friends about you. There is this sense of sort of keeping a watch. We have the ravens as well here on this Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords may be you, or it may be someone else that you're connecting with. There may be two Queens of Swords here, but this Queen of Swords I feel is spying. Where else did I get spying energy from? The King of Swords up here as well has these black raven wings, and we have the Emperor who's looking at the Ace of Swords. So I feel like with this double Ace of Swords, it's almost as though a truth has been revealed. There's a lot of moon energy in the past. This Emperor has a moon, the Queen of Swords has a moon, the Eight of Cups has a moon, and the Eight of Swords has a moon. So the moon indicates things that are hidden, things that are quite secretive. It can be intuition energy, but there is a sense of some news coming in, or some kind of clarity. I feel like something that was hidden has been revealed, because you have the two Aces of Swords and the Queen of Swords, which the Queen of Swords is someone who can cut something out. She can cut through any nonsense. She's very clear. Now, with this Eight of Cups card, which is kind of the walking away card, she's almost looking as though she's looking back and she wants you to follow her. That's what I'm getting from that. I'm walking away, but I want you to come with me. That might be relevant to you. That may have been the truth that was communicated. I'm walking away. I'm following my dreams. I'm going on this journey. I want you to come with me. Or even if you didn't want someone to come with you, there is a sense of looking back. So here in the past, there is a definite ending, a new beginning. I'm surprised that the World card isn't here for you, because you have all of the tens. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups. Who's missing here? There was another 10. The 10 of Cups again. Oh no, so you don't have you don't have the Ten of Swords. That's the only one you're missing, but you have 4 tens, and you have all the aces. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords again. So this is a complete ending and a complete beginning. You have the Death card here. Something is done, finished, over. I feel like it was something that made you feel very trapped mentally. I'm getting a sense that perhaps some of you may have felt quite intellectually, like you weren't being intellectually challenged. So you want to go back to university, or you want to start a new job that challenges you, or you want to find a group of people or a partner who mentally is on your level. That's the kind of impression that I'm getting from this now. So yeah, this Eight of Swords in your past, in your headspace, feeling trapped, knowing that there's something else out there for you, which has caused you to walk away from a situation. Now the Eight of Swords has been clarified by the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is something where the Three of Pentacles in the upright is working on something, normally working on something as part of a team, but you didn't want to put the work in anymore, or someone wasn't putting the work in anymore. There was no opportunity here to work together, which is what I feel has caused you to, in your heart space, this need to walk away. I do feel like you've communicated this with this Ace of Swords in your heart space, in your action space, which is clarified by the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about making a decision. Do I go left or do I go right? So I think you've communicated your truth to someone. And I feel like this could have potentially actually been quite painful. Because it's led you into this current energy of the Nine of Swords, which I'm getting self-doubt. Are you doubting yourself? Are you doubting your talents, your abilities? Perhaps you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So the Ten of Cups is this card here of like complete emotional happiness, and perhaps you're thinking, have I made the right decision? Have I given up something really, really good here? In order, what does the future hold for me? I should have kept hold of this Eight of Cups mediocre happiness I had in the past. That's kind of what I'm getting. You're over-analysing your own decisions. You're thinking you've made a mistake, but there are no mistakes. There are only lessons, and you can move forward from this. So in your thoughts, there is this period of introspection regarding the Ten of Wands, which is an end of a journey. It's feeling very, very burdened by something, which would cause you to go into this time out energy. But the Ten of Wands is also about putting those burdens down, releasing the burdens. So what I'm seeing is that you're kind of in this process right now of switching between two parts of your life, two journeys in your life. You're closing out this old journey, which may be causing you some anxiety or some pain, but this new start is coming in for you. In your action space, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is this new idea, this new plan, this new opportunity, with the Ten of Pentacles. So to jump from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles is a huge leap. So this is almost like a golden opportunity here. There's a lot of potential in this. If you are accepting a job offer, it's looking very, very bright for your future. So if you're feeling anxious about it, I really think you need to try and let those anxieties go, or get help if you need to. Get help and support to let these worries, these anxieties go, because this is looking absolutely brilliant for you in your future. This Ace of Pentacles, whatever it is that you're accepting, whatever it is that is coming in for you, or if you've got a creative plan, if you're thinking, oh, I want to work from home, I want to start my own business, there's a lot of potential here in this. It's really quite exciting. Okay, moving forwards, we have the Queen of Swords again. So we have all this sword energy. You may be in a period of life where you're really communicating things with people, or people are really communicating a lot with you. The Queen of Swords here is sat with the Ace of Cups. Now this is in your heart space, so there may be a sense of you being ready for a new relationship in your life. The Ace of Cups is a new relationship. It can be a love offer, it can be an offer of friendship, it can be just someone that you meet through work or through friends who is it's a good opportunity for a good positive friendship or love interest here. It has this owl as well, which may indicate some kind of knowledge. So if this is for you, if this isn't a love reading, if this is more to do with work or returning to education or starting up a business, there there is someone who can help you. They may be able to offer you extra knowledge. And I think this is something, because this is in your heart space, this is something you'll feel quite intuitively. You'll know, I think, who you can trust, who you can go to for help. Trust those instincts inside you. If you think, oh, I really should ask this person for advice, I think this is telling you to trust that. You have the Queen of Wands in your underlying. Now, the Queen of Wands is someone who's very, very creative, very passionate, very expressive. This is fire energy, so this is your energy, Aries. It's your kind of natural state of being, to be expressive and kind of look after yourself, be gorgeous. Sorry, my son was galloping up the stairs, so I just paused quickly. So yeah, so if this is you, Aries, then you know you are going to be looking pretty gorgeous. I feel like you're going to take the time to make your hair nice, to do your makeups, maybe buy yourself some new clothes. And I think sometimes working on your appearance, working on the way you look can affect the way you feel. I know that yesterday I curled my hair because I'd had a bit of an acne breakout and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, so I put my makeup on and I curled my hair, and I felt a lot more confident then. I felt a lot better about myself. So appearances don't always matter, they shouldn't always matter, but sometimes you just need that confidence boost, and that's okay. If you want to invest some time on yourself, if you want to make yourself feel gorgeous, you just go ahead and do it. Because I think if you're going into a new start, Aries, and you know, maybe you're starting a new job, maybe you're off to university, you want all the confidence you can get. So if spending a little bit of money on your appearance, getting your hair cut, getting your nails done, if that makes you have that extra bit of confidence, then just do it, just go for it, you know, and don't feel guilty about it. Spend that time or money on yourself, because you know that it's giving you something that's valuable to you. You know, it's serving you in the long run, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so in your future thoughts, you're really thinking about your happiness. I think you're working out what makes you happy, who makes you happy, and you have this devil energy in reverse. So I think that you'll get a greater perspective on these past events, especially this kind of Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords energy, feeling quite trapped, feeling anxious, stressed, sort of beating yourself up over your decisions. That's all shadow energy. It's all the negative side within yourself trying to hold you back and trying to pull you down. And I think perhaps you're going to get quite a lot of clarity on this with the Queen of Swords. You're going to be able to sort of take yourself out of the situation and see the bigger picture, and sort of analyze the situation in a way that allows you this kind of cognitive distance, so that you can see which of these attitudes, which of these behaviours are holding you back. They're not serving you. This is not a productive energy. You're the Queen of Wands. You shouldn't be in your head over analysing. The Queen of Wands just does it. If the Queen of Wands looks at a rainbow and thinks that's where my happiness is, the Queen of Wands is just going to go straight for it. She's not going to overanalyze, she's not going to overthink it, she's not going to beat herself up about the decisions she's made. She's just like, that's my happiness, that's where I'm heading. And I think you're going to move more into that energy. This devil energy of the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, it's not going to hold you back any longer. You're going to be able to release that and move towards your happiness. Okay, so in your future action space, this is that creative project. It doesn't have to be creative. It can just be something you're very passionate about, which I feel is bringing in, I think the enthusiasm for whatever this is bringing you into this Queen of Wands energy, where you're really sort of transforming into, you know, the most beautiful version of yourself, you know, the most expressive, beautiful version of yourself. It's like this, whatever this passion is, it's pulling you forward, it's pulling you into this fresh start. It's really quite beautiful and transformative. Again, we have the Three of Pentacles, so this is working on something. I do get the sense that he's studying. Do be aware that the Three of Pentacles, the brilliant thing about the Three of Pentacles is this ability to bring people together and sort of use their unique talents to really create something that's the best quality. If you're working on yourself, that might not be the ideal situation for you. You may find that you don't have to do everything yourself. If there's something that you're struggling with or that you feel doesn't come naturally to you, it's okay to ask friends for help, to reach out, to ask for advice or support. That might not be your situation, but it could be a little bit of a warning. It's just something to be aware of. Now, when I clarified these, I got the Knave of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Swords. So with these two, I've already sort of spoken about how the Knave of Swords in this deck specifically gives me spying energy. If there has been some kind of spying in the past, maybe someone from your past is stalking your social media. With the Three of Cups as well, the Three of Cups is celebrating. It's spending time with family and friends, spending time with your community, partying, having fun. It's in reverse, so there's something from your past regarding possibly friends that you're cutting out from your life because they're negative. I'm feeling with the Two of Swords that you're blocking something out. So it could be that people who you've left behind are spying on you on social media, and you're just gonna block them or mute them. You're not going to allow them to drag you back into this energy. If there's negative people around you, I'm seeing that you're distancing yourself from that negativity. You realise that it doesn't serve you. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Something went down the wrong way. I'm going to pull an advice card for you from the Akashic Tarot. We're going to just kind of see what comes out, see what the universe has for you advice-wise. See if we can get something for you. So you have the Master Artisan and Intricacies and Industry. See, I told you this is about perhaps returning to being a student or perhaps getting a new job. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick look at these cards just to see if I get any extra messages from them, and then I'll be back to explain it to you. Okay, I'm just going to read from the book to you because the description's actually spot on to what I've been saying in the rest of the reading here. So, the Master Artisan. So this is the card we're going to look at first. I'll leave it there so you can see it. The Master Artisan. Inside a bright and bustling artisan's workshop, apprentices are busy at work at their workbenches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labours. The Master Artisan pulls a number of beautiful, shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. Let's have a closer look there. So yeah, he's pouring these gems out into his apprentice's hands. So there's an element of trust there, I feel. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Don't be shy, Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands isn't shy. Don't be shy and don't hold back what you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. So for me, that's tying into this. What I was saying was the trouble with the Three of Pentacles card. This is someone working on their own. This is telling you to get out there, to connect with others, and to share your gifts, your unique talents with the world. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly. Even if your gifts lie in the ability for loving, compassionate care, you will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action and put yourself out there and let yourself shine. There is much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world. Yeah, so I really feel like this is tying in with what I was saying about the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords energy, about really taking some time to work on yourself, to spend that little bit of money on yourself, or that little bit of time to really, practice self-care, pluck your eyebrows, trim your beard if you're a man, and get yourself into a position where you feel like you look your best, and then allow this inner confidence, this this knowledge of your own strengths, of your own abilities, the unique talents that make you special, and bring them out into the world, because there is a need. You know, with the Three of Pentacles card, the message of this card is that the people working on something all have their unique talents, so they all have strengths and weaknesses. So the things that make you strong, that might be someone else's weakness. They need your talent, they need your expertise or your creativity, whatever it is that you have to offer. There's a group out there that need that specific thing, and then these are the people, they will have skills that you don't have, and they'll be able to bring those to the table and support you in something else. Okay, I'm glad we're getting to the end of this reading, because my hay fever is starting to act up. So the other card, the Seven of Scrolls, Intricacies and Industry. So you can see there's a man here working on something, an architect perhaps. He's building something that could potentially be really quite beautiful. It's interesting as well, I'm noticing the window there, the arched window, the church-like window. It's very similar to this arched window in the background here. Some of you may be architects perhaps, or historians. That's just a guess. Okay. Work on Renaissance Cathedral has just begun. At first this building seems modest, but in time its grandeur will reach several stories high and across the centuries. But now piles of stone and rock dot at the scene. A mason bends, focusing intently on a plumb bob. No way! I'll just show you. On a plumb bob. There's a little shout out for the Simmers there. On a plumb bob that hangs next to a partially built wall. This instrument will help him determine if the wall is straight and true. At a very basic level, this card could indicate a building or renovating a home or business. This card also shows that you're on your way to greatness, but it requires attending to even the tiniest of particulars. Be diligent with the specifics in your strategy and pay considerable attention to detail and follow through. While you may have a long-term goal in mind, the small steps are what is important now. Even the most magnificent cathedrals were built stone by stone, day by day. It is only by heaping up the small that the great can be achieved. Yeah, so this to me is talking about teamwork. The small, I think, is each individual contribution. So you may feel that, I feel in the future, when you get started on whatever this new project or opportunity is, you may feel that things aren't moving fast enough, or that your contribution is only a very small contribution. This card is telling you that while small, your contribution is incredibly valuable. You know, if you pulled some of the bricks out of the cathedral, it might not stand. If you pulled the is it the keystone at the top of the arch? If you pulled the keystone out of the arch, it's only one brick, but the whole arch will fall down, a whole section of the cathedral will fall down. So your contribution is incredibly important. Don't ever think that you're not important, or that your contribution is too small, because it's not. It takes all these people working together to build something great, and this is saying that you are building something great. There's a lot of potential here to whatever it is that you're working on, Aries. Make sure you work with others. Make sure you value yourself. Yeah, and I'm very, very curious to know what you're working on. It's quite exciting. Okay, that's your reading. Good luck, Aries. Take care.